If you're thinking of buying or selling a house in Vaughan anytime soon, watch this video because the market is changing. By the way, somebody wanted me to do a market update on Vaughan, so this one is for you. Sales are down and prices are down. Spoiler alert, because sales are down 46%. Prices for detached homes right now in only 2 months, they have dropped 7%. So let's get into the stats, and you can see pretty much like every other city, the peak of the market was in May, 448 homes sold, and now we are sitting at 240 in the month of July. So that is almost a 50% drop. And that is not the worst of it because detached homes have taken a big hit. Same thing, May was the busiest time and also the highest prices for detached homes. We almost hit the $2 million mark in Vaughan, and they were selling for $1.93 million. Now we're sitting at 1.79, so we're dropped below 1.8, and that's only in 2 months. And I think August, I mean, nobody can really predict the future, but I think August will be even slower. Freehold townhouses. Average price for a freehold townhouse, we are sitting at $1.21 million. And the highest price for that was in April and May, pretty much the same thing, around 1.25. So not a huge drop in freehold townhomes. Detached homes always take the biggest hit, and they always have the biggest increases. Condo apartments, they usually are within like 50, 60,000, pretty much all across the board. I think that's what we're going to notice here. If you go all the way back to January, they were at 693, and the highest was 737, then it dropped to 706, then went up to 740. So they always hover around like within 50, 60,000, and that I could pretty much go like all the cities. That's on average. There are exceptions, and we're not done. We're just getting started. But if you need help buying or selling in Vaughan, you can call or text me at this number here. Okay, so let's get back to the stats. Right now, as of today, there are 792 homes available on in Vaughan on the Toronto Real Estate Board. And these are the numbers that I think you should focus on if you're thinking of selling or buying, because these numbers are starting to climb. Sales are down, prices are down, but these numbers are going up, which means the market is slowing down. 563 of those listings have been on the market for longer than 2 weeks, and 473 of them have been on the market for longer than 3 weeks. That is a big change, because if I was to pull these numbers up from like April, maybe even May, numbers would have been a lot lower. Another thing I think that is starting to pop up is this number here, price changes. A couple of months ago, there was no need to drop a price because, as I mentioned before, everything would sell with like 20, 30 offers. So when you see these numbers go up, like days on market, months of inventory, cancellations going up, price drops going up, that generally means prices are next. A bit of a chart going by like month to month, what has been happening. This is going back all the way to the last May 2022, and number of souls is in yellow. As I showed you before, the peak of the market was in May, and they have been dropping ever since. Something to look at here is active listings, because just like pretty much everything else I've covered, active listings right there, like April and May, there was like nothing left. There was no inventory left at the end of the month because everything was selling. But that gap has started to widen pretty much like all across the board. It's the same chart I'm seeing here. Every single month, ever since June and July, the gap is widening, and new listings are down. So keep that in mind if you're searching for a house in Vaughan, because new listings are starting to drop as well, because summertime people have other things to do. Some of them are vacation, so a lot of them don't want to deal with real estate. So new listings will probably pop up back, I would say, second week of September. That's called the fall market, September, October, November. But we'll see what happens to prices. If Bank of Canada says that we are going to pause the rate hikes, who knows what happens, because last time they paused the rate hikes in January, everybody rushed back in because they said, okay, maybe this means this is the bottom of the market. That might happen. The people might jump back in once again if they raise the rate by some reason, like they're still not happy with the inflation. If they end up raising the rate, that's going to slow down the market even more. Plus, we have winter just around the corner. So that means we are not going to see any movement upwards until probably spring of next year. So we'll see what happens. A lot of the things depend on what Bank of Canada does, as always. If you enjoy this kind of stuff, please like and comment. I'll see you later. Thanks. Bye.